That's what's important to this.
Right.
She's a not he off. I mean that when
forever
from the bottom of my heart. Go yourself. Speaking of not normal men.
Oh boy.
Let's go to this MrBeast story. Like I said, we if you're just popping in, great to see you. We are live in San Diego. We're broadcasting from our friends at Basic Pizza. If you guys haven't yet, their pizza is anything but basic. I'm guessing that's kind of the idea of the name.
How good was it?
Delicious.
And the venue and the party. Oh, thank you all if anyone's watching that came down. It was an awesome party that I hosted, of course, on my 46th birthday.
That's right.
But the mashed potato bacon pizza blabs, come to Comic-Con next year and eat mashed potato bacon pizza.
I will not eat the mashed potato pizza.
You will eat it and you will like it.
I will not do it.
Now,
it is listen, if I do that, I'll have to throw out the Italian citizenship, and I'd really rather not do that.
What if
stop being don't be such a snob?
What if I do the airplane? Blabs, the airplane's coming.
That's right.
Listen, just because I drive the short bus doesn't mean I am one.
I'm telling you right now, it sounds gross, but it is delicious.
I said no too when he explained it to me, and then I ate it and I said, "Oh, I was completely wrong. It's delicious."
I'm not doing it. I have principles.
Look at this.
Blabs, they have a great margarita pizza as well. Just saying.
I will have that.
It's all good. It's all good. Just throwing it out there. Anyways, what's not all good is what the hell's going on with MrBeast and Kris. We've been talking about this literally all week. Kris Tyson. Okay, just a quick background on Blabs. We're going to start with the other victim. Then we're going to get to the lava tweet, or the lava stuff. Okay, because what happened was, and you said you have not been following. So for those who have not been following the story, let me just give you a quick 30 seconds on it. Okay, so Kris Tyson, MrBeast buddy of a long time, was accused of grooming and speaking really bad to children. When he was 20 years old, he was speaking to a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay, that 13-year-old kid is this kid named Lava. Lava was like, no, that's not what happened, right? And he came out and was like, I was not groomed. Well, of course you. If you're groomed, you don't know you're groomed, right? So, eventually, Kris Tyson was like, hey, I'm leaving MrBeast. Okay, then the next day, MrBeast came out. This was 3 days later. MrBeast comes out and says, hey, I'm going to do an internal investigation. Right, I'm gonna bring in an external to do an investigation internally, right? An external group to do it. So he's like, he's out of my videos, he's out of my company, he's out of my life, right? About Kris Tyson. But this is the same guy, MrBeast, that like just a few months ago was like, Kris is not a headache. They're talking about him transitioning and all that stuff. Okay, so since then, a second person has come out and said, hey, Kris Tyson, I was in his Discord, and he was speaking to me when I was 15 years old, really inappropriately, right? And he said all this stuff that Lava is saying is bullshit, right? Because I have proof of this. So let's pull up
all the defense Lava gave is bullshit,
right? Okay. So let's pull up the part 2 Blabs of this. This is the guy who came out because people were questioning him, so he brought receipts.
Ooh,
so much so that he actually has the entire chat log of the Discord that has been dumped onto Google Drive, and you can find everything on there.
Do we want to see this? Is this real nasty?
There are some.
About this one?
This one is.
It's time for my spectacles.
Yes.
Again.
So this is the chat log that was dumped that anybody can go through and read this stuff. But if you go to Nathan's profile, Blabs.
All right, so is this one part 2?
Yes. So here's part 2 of what he was saying right
Who is this?
This is the second accuser, right?
Okay.
Yes. So let's go play this real quick.
Horrible, dude.
This is part 2 to yesterday's video of me talking about Kris Tyson and what they did to me when I was 15 years old. This video has all the proof in it, all the receipts, and all the screenshots, thanks to an old friend of mine who was a moderator in Kris's Discord server at the time, Cookie. Now, Cookie actually went ahead and downloaded logs of all the individual channels on Kris's server before it went public, knowing that this was kind of being covered up, and he kept the logs of it for himself. He actually reached out to me here on Twitter, and I'm going to provide a lot of the screenshots backing up the claims that I made that Lava refuted. For example, I made a claim that there was an NSFW channel in the server where Kris would spam corn. Here you can see Kris talking about locking down the NSFW channel to True Gods and Anointed only. By the way, this is in 2019. I was a True God and I was a minor. Not only that, but you can see me right below it, Nathan.rtx, saying this is a bad idea. So even I knew as a kid that this was a really bad idea. Here is Lava himself talking about starting the commencement of cleaning the server, word for word. I said he was talking about scrubbing the server. He says
Awesome.
that never happened.
So Lava was like, we never scrubbed the server, because the other thing is that Kris was using like, you know, the N-word and all sorts of stuff, right? So
Nantucket.
yes, yeah, he's a lot of Nantuckets. So they dumped the chat logs on, and you can go through and read the whole thing, right? And there's good, there's a lot of bad stuff that's being thrown on the fire of this. Now, to take this even further, Kris's sister has chimed in. Okay, and this is where it kind of goes to the next level. This is a mess. Now, Kris's sister, this is a screenshot because she has since deleted her Twitter account because of the heat. Says, I'm his sibling. He, and yes, I use the correct pronoun, told me that he got fully aroused when he secretly stole my female clothes and put them on. He's deluded and disturbed, and it's 100% a fetish. He's narcissistic, and professionals have told him he needs a full psych evaluation. This is his sister talking. That when he secretly stole her clothes, he was
just just disgusting. Dude.
Yeah, it's obviously degenerate. Now she has since been she has since deleted her account.
Right, because I'm sure the lib assholes are like, she used he, and they miss the rest of the what's being talked about there. Right. You know.
Well, speaking of that, as people have talked about this story with Kris Tyson, well, we'll get to that in a second. But the idea of him being aroused by this and then being trans, this is something that is not talked about enough, as pointed out in the chat. I don't know it's called AGP.
Oh, autogynephilia or something.
Yeah, right. And the idea is that you get aroused by dressing as a woman, and it's a sexual fetish. So once again, you're talking about a major personality on the biggest channel on YouTube
for kids
that is designed for specifically for children. Right. And they're seeing him attempt to become or look like a woman, what he perceives a woman. And that's why this is an issue.
Yeah. It was kind of, it's obvious to everyone who's normal. It's like, yes, this is perverted, and he's like including young people, which is horrible. It's horrifying.
So as we continue, you talked about people picking up on the wrong cue.
Right.
One of the biggest streamers in the world, his name is Kai Cenat, I think.
Right, I've heard of him.
Yep.
Right. So he's speaking of this, and here it is right here. This is from Fearbuck over on X. It says, this is Kai speaking on Kris Tyson. It says, he's weird, bro. It's fucked up. It's weird. How do you know the age of someone knowing you're a grown-ass man and still move forward? I don't understand it. And this person, quote tweeted, says, the misgendering on purpose is so gross. She's a pedo. Attack that she's a pedo and not her identity, please.
You know what's insane about that is that, like, people will joke, like, oh, we're living in idiocracy. You know, that 1999.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like, we passed that 500 miles ago.
Oh,
idiocracy.
Yeah.
When you see, like, she's a pedo, like, I can't believe someone thinks that they're... I don't understand someone to be that stupid and say something like that. You know, our culture has just had so much arrested development. People are not adults. They grow, they get old, but they are not adults. You know, they're grown children. They don't reason.
100%. Yes. You know, arrested development is the proper phrase here with these people. It is absolutely insane to see that that's what's important to this.
Right.
She's a pedo, not he. Fuck off. I mean that
forever
from the bottom of my heart. Go fuck yourself with a fucking screwdriver. Unbelievable.
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Thank you, Elon. You said it very well. So it continues though, because because here's the thing. YouTube is the platform. This is their golden child.
Oh yeah.
This is MrBeast is their pick to be the god, right? He has over 300 million subscribers, and the last thing that you can do is talk poorly about their boy. So what we've seen over the last week is YouTube going in and putting yellow check marks on videos talking about this, or totally limiting the reach by turning videos to 18 plus talking about this. Okay. So question, if you're going to say this is an inappropriate thing and you're going to demonetize or limit the reach of these things because of we're talking about their identity and their creeperness, right? Or you're going to limit the reach or totally or make it 18 plus, why would it be okay for this person to be in a kids videos at any point? Please tell me that if there was no double standard, there'd be no standard at all. It's insane.
I think it's the love of money is the root of all evil. That's a Bible verse, and they're willing to compromise anything good or moral as long as they're getting paid. I think you see that everywhere. I famously am not that way. I quit my dream job at DC Comics where I made a lot of money because they wanted me to make anti-American Superman, and the main focus of the beginning of that Superman Son of Kal-El comic was the sexuality of the underage son of Superman. And I said, I quit. I'm not doing that.
So YouTube obviously has a lot of questions to answer. MrBeast has a lot of questions to answer, but you know who else should be called on all this? And I have not seen this discussed. Every other person who works at MrBeast, all the main personalities, all the other people who have worked with Kris over the last year since he began his transition and beyond, right? People should be asking them what their thoughts are, what they knew, because that has not been discussed. And they should be called to task as well. What did you know about this? If they didn't know anything, fine. And if you did know something, why did you hold on to it? Why
I think
didn't
his channel should just be nuked now. YouTube, they do it to people for way less. Just get it out of here. Do we need it? Does the world need that? Just get out of here.
There are people that are not just the main personalities, and you're not wrong, right? But they're not going to do that, right? Dr. Disrespect got nuked, right? What shouldn't we at least demonetize for what's good? They demonetize things for people for things that people do off platform all the time, all the time, right? But more even deeper, right? The idea that you have these main personalities, but there's also people in their office, in their HR, people who build things for their sets. Like, these people dealt with this person on a day-to-day basis. If you know something, say something, right? How can every single one of these people is complicit when it comes to this? If they knew something about it and they didn't say something about it, they are endangering children, and fuck them. Right.
I would say this, like, because what the assholes will do is they'll defend it because the person is trans or whatever. And I'll say, no. If this Kris fellow was talking to a little girl and he was straight, but he was doing this to a little girl, same opinion.
What does that say about that community? If they're trans, you can't criticize. Fuck you. If you're an asshole, I'm going to call you an asshole. I don't care if you're gay, straight, black, white, trans, whatever. If you're a fucking alien, if you're a fucking dickhead and you're messing with kids.
I don't care what your sexuality is. If you are involving kids, no, you don't get to do that. And I can't believe we're debating this. Not me and you, but society. This is not up for debate. This is disgusting. Can you think of anything worse than hurting children?
No,
I can't.
No, I cannot, and I won't. That's the most fucked up aspect of this whole thing. It's really upsetting to see, and the fact that YouTube hasn't made a statement about this as well is insane. Now, look, there is a MrBeast booth here at Comic-Con, and I don't know. I won't say fuck it. Like, I kind of want to like stand outside the booth with a little sign just saying like Kris is a pedo, you know?
Careful, they'll throw you out.
Of course I'll get thrown out. I'll never be able to be brought back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because they'll say you're harassing, so you shouldn't do things like that. You know.
Well,
I think here you got free speech. You say what you want.
maybe I just go around there with my microphone and a camera, or just my iPhone, and be like, complete the sentence. Kris Tyson is a, and then let people say it, right? I'm just asking questions. That's it. I think that'd be.
I have two things to say. One, Dr. Disrespect was not removed from YouTube. You said that before. That's not the case.
Demonetized.
Was he
Yes.
demonetized on YouTube?
Yes,
I thought that was another platform.
No, he has been demonetized from YouTube.
All right. And second of all, I want to go back to this whole misgendering because I think this person is even more unhinged than the other. So this person said, even if she's literally Hitler, mis and degendering is wrong and you shouldn't do it. That's a principle.
Wait. Read this.
Okay, so this is from Cacti Empress. I don't even know. She's very unhinged. I called her out. She says, one argument has constantly came up in this conversation. Why would you defend a pedo? I've only defended Kris against transphobia and appeasement of transphobes. And again, as I said, even if she's literally Hitler, mis and degendering is wrong and you shouldn't do it. That's a principle.
That tells me everything I need to know about you.
Yeah, this person's very unhinged and they are got absolutely ratioed.
Do me a favor, please. I wonder what their pronouns are.
Oh yeah. So I've actually looked into this person already. They're queer.
Oh, well,
they have two different names, Jenny and Leonore. I don't know. But I actually did like a whole like deep dive on this person. And it turns out on their Twitch, you know how you can do little about sections on their Twitch? They actually put their pronouns in there. Who has the time to do that stuff? Like who actually does that in the about section on Twitch? Saying she, her.
People whose entire identity is narcissistic and about them. It's not about anybody but them. Right. That's who Cacti Empress is. Hey, if you're watching, go fuck yourself. How's that sound?
She's also a social democrat.
Well, there you go.
They have all these things, and apparently Empress of all cacti. I don't even know what that. Like, you are an Empress of plants. Like, what do you do with them? I don't want to know.
Is everyone enjoying the post-patriarchal, post-Christian West that we live in? Is everyone enjoying this?
This whole, awesome. I'm telling you, this whole thing drives me fucking crazy. Like every day, it's insane. And I know our audience, right? I said we talk about normal men, right? Our audience is normal men.
We're just normal men.
We're just normal men. That's it. And normal men don't have any time for this shit.
No.
With that said, if you see this shit, call it out, right? Call it out. Hey, stop being fucking dumb. Like, once again, it goes back to, you don't need to be rude.
Right.
Actually, no, I'm just kidding. No, you don't need to be rude about it, but there's nothing rude about
the truth,
about what happened with Kris and what they did to fuck up little kids. Like even this lava person, this 18-year-old kid right here, who 18-year-old, technically an adult, they will be scarred for fucking life. They won't realize it till later. They'll be in their 20s or something, be like, whoa, that was really fucked up. Yeah. What happened there? When they have time to look back and realize the conversations that were had, they're gonna realize it was really messed up. Really messed up.
I don't. I'll try to be quick about this because I'm 46. 2 days ago was my birthday.
Yes.
I don't understand what Discord is. I know what it literally is. I can't understand why anyone uses it. I don't want to be typing online all day to quote internet friends. I like fresh air. Yep. Going to the beach, taking my wife to a restaurant, like get me off the internet, man. I don't want to be on there all day. People are always on, I'm on the Discord. I'm on the Discord. It's like, go outside.
Yeah.
And then all I ever see with Discord is trouble eventually. The doc, like, I have the chat logs. I have the photos. It just seems like a place where nothing but bad shit eventually happens.